The cold wind of Eldereth tasted like ash and memory. It scraped against her cheeks, dragging strands of golden hair across skin that had once known only silk and sun. Now it was mud and blood, and nights spent clutching a crown that meant nothing anymore. Anna walked alone, boots torn, cloak soaked from days of rain that had washed away the last of her illusions. There was no more kingdom, no more family, no more future. Only the echo of her own name whispered by trees too old to care and shadows too deep to see. Princess. It sounded like a curse now. She hadn't heard it spoken kindly since the night the palace gates closed against her, steel bars rising between her and the life she thought she would live. Her brother's voice still haunted her, that final sneer. Run, sister. Run far. And don't look back. And she hadn't, because behind her, flames had devoured her home. Her guards had turned their swords against her. Her mother's face had been cold, unreadable, as the decree was spoken. Exile. Forever. Anna had run. Through cities that spat on her name. Through forests where wolves watched from the dark. Through silence. Through screams. And now here. Eldereth. The edge of the known world. Where night fell early, and no stars dared shine. Where legends whispered of monsters and queens with crimson eyes. She hadn't believed the stories. Until she saw them. The first bodies. Tore apart, limbs discarded like dolls. Hunters turned prey. She should have turned back. But there was no back left. Only forward, into the land where the vampire queen reigned. She was already half dead. What did it matter if something finished the job? So she wandered deeper, bones aching, breath catching in her throat. Until one night, when the moon was nothing but a pale wound in the sky, she saw it. The castle, black stone rising like a wound carved into the mountain itself. No torches, no guards, just a presence. Oppressive. Watching. She staggered toward it. And then the world went black. When Anna woke, it wasn't on cold ground. It was velvet. Her wrists were bound, but gently, as if mocking her with comfort. She blinked, heart slamming against her ribs, mouth dry. The chamber was vast, lit only by a single chandelier that seemed to glow with no fire. Shadows danced along the walls, and in the center, on a throne of obsidian, she sat. Rachel, the queen of night, immortal, untouchable, beautiful in a way that made the breath catch in Anna's throat and shame twist in her gut. Tall, pale, eyes the color of garnet, lips stained like blood and temptation. She looked like desire incarnate, wrapped in silk and shadow, fingers curled lazily around the arm of her throne as if everything belonged to her, including the girl shackled before her. "You're awake," Rachel said, voice low, rich, too calm. "Good." I was growing bored. Anna struggled, spine straightening despite her fear. "Kill me if you're going to. I have nothing left to give." Rachel tilted her head, as if studying a puzzle. "Nothing? That's not true. You have something I want. My blood." Anna spat. "Take it. Drain me. Just make it fast." But Rachel only smiled. Slow. Predatory. Almost amused. "No, little exile. I want your loyalty." Anna froze. "What?" The queen stood, descending the steps of her throne like a wraith made of silk and sin. She approached without sound, each step closer tightening something in Anna's chest. "You're alone. Hunted. Broken. But you're still aflame. Flickering, yes, but not out. I admire that." She reached out, trailing a single, cold finger down Anna's cheek. "Swear yourself to me. Body, blood, soul. And I will protect you, feed you, give you purpose." Anna's breath hitched. "Why me?" "Because you hate them," Rachel whispered, eyes gleaming. "The ones who cast you out. And you want power. You're too proud to die. That crown you carry." She gestured to the shattered circlet still clutched in Anna's fingers. "It's not just memory. It's fuel." Anna wanted to deny it, wanted to scream. But the truth trembled in her like a secret too long buried. "Yes," She wanted revenge. She wanted more. And standing this close to Rachel, feeling the pull of something dark and ancient between them, she wanted something else too. Something she couldn't name. Or wouldn't. Rachel leaned in, her mouth at Anna's ear. Swear to me, and I'll make you mine. Entirely. Utterly. And no one will ever hurt you again. Anna trembled. And if I refuse? Rachel smiled, pulling back just enough to meet her gaze. Then I'll let you go. Right back into the night. And I'll make sure the wolves are hungry. It wasn't a choice. Not really. Anna closed her eyes and whispered, I swear. The chains dissolved like smoke. Rachel touched her chin, tilting her face up. Good girl. Something shifted in the air. A binding. A bond. Magic older than kingdoms wrapped itself around Anna's spine. She gasped, knees buckling. Rachel caught her, held her, and for a moment, there was no war, no exile, no pain. Just cold hands and burning eyes. And a voice that said, with terrifying certainty, You belong to me now. The castle breathed. That was the only way Anna could describe it. The walls pulsed faintly, not with sound, but with something older, something alive. The shadows shifted even when the air was still, and the silence carried weight, as if memories lingered in every stone. She walked its halls now, unbound, draped in a dark gown of midnight silk that someone had placed in her chamber while she slept. If she had slept at all. Rachel had left her alone after the vow, vanishing into the dark with nothing more than a glance and the soft brush of fingertips against her throat. But that touched it burned. Still. Hours later, as if her skin remembered it better than her mind wanted to. Servants did not speak to her. Some of them weren't human. Some of them weren't anything she had words for. But all of them watched, and none of them smiled. She could feel their hatred, their distrust, like knives pressed just under her ribs. She was an outsider, a flame in a room of ice. She didn't care.
Or at least she told herself that.
Again and again. What did it matter what they thought? She hadn't come here to be liked. She'd come to survive.
To rise.
And if the price was being the queen's plaything, she bit the inside of her cheek. Was that what she was now?
No.
Rachel hadn't touched her. Not truly. Hadn't even kissed her. But the way she looked at Anna, like she was something fragile and dangerous all at once, had scorched the air between them. And the bond, it was real. She felt it. A thread pulling at her chest, at her thoughts. Sometimes she caught herself glancing toward the throne room without meaning to. Sometimes she felt Rachel's presence before she entered a room. Sometimes, God's help her, she wanted to feel it. Anna rounded a corner and stepped into the Queen's library. Or at least what she assumed was a library. The shelves reached higher than her eyes could follow, packed with books bound in languages she couldn't read. A fire flickered in the hearth, though no one had lit it. She was alone, or so she thought. You walk like a soldier, came the voice behind her.
Smooth. Dark.
Amused. But you carry yourself like a queen. Anna turned sharply. Rachel stood in the doorway, dressed in black that shimmered like oil in the firelight. Her hair was loose, cascading over one shoulder, and her eyes, those impossible, unholy eyes, glowed faintly in the dim. Anna's heart forgot how to beat. I was a queen, she said, forcing steel into her voice. In another life. Rachel stepped closer. You still wear your crown in your eyes. And you? Anna asked before she could stop herself. What do you wear in yours? Rachel didn't answer. She simply closed the distance, walking slowly, deliberately, until they were breath to breath. Anna didn't move. Wouldn't. Couldn't. You're angry, Rachel murmured. Good. Let it feed you. Don't pretend you care about my rage, Anna snapped. You're using me, like everyone else. Rachel's expression didn't change, but something in the air shifted. I could use anyone, she said softly. Do you think I chose you out of convenience?
Anna's throat went dry.
Then why? Rachel didn't touch her.
Not yet.
But her voice was a caress. Because you look at me like I'm not a monster. And that terrifies me. Anna flinched. Just slightly. But Rachel saw it and smiled, as if the reaction pleased her. "The others hate you," she said. "They think you'll break." "Will I?" Anna whispered. "Only if you try to stand alone." "And you want me to lean on you?" "No," Rachel's voice dropped lower. "I want you to become something more. With me." Anna's chest rose and fell too fast. Her pulse pounded in her throat. "This bond, what is it?" Rachel finally reached out, fingertips grazing the skin just above Anna's heart. "Magic. Ancient. Dangerous. It doesn't just bind. It awakens." "Awakens what?"
Desire.
"Power.
Need.
You'll feel things you've never felt before. Want things you never dared name." Anna swallowed hard. "And you?" Rachel's smile was sharp.
Sad.
"I stopped feeling a long time ago."
Until you.
Silence fell between them. Charged. Heavy. And then the moment shattered. A knock. Sharp. Urgent. Rachel pulled away in a blink, the warmth of her nearness vanishing like mist. "Enter," she commanded. A man stepped inside. Pale, gaunt, eyes too dark. He bowed. "My queen." There was an incident. In the West Wing. Rachel's face hardened. "Who?" "Lady Varel. She attacked the new one." Anna stiffened. "Attacked. Said the bond is a lie. That the girl is a weakness." Rachel didn't look at the messenger. She looked at Anna. And her voice, when she spoke, was colder than death. "Where is she now?" "Dead," the man said. "I killed her before she could feed."
Good.
Rachel turned away. "Double the guard. And bring me the girl's ashes." The man bowed again and left. Anna stood still, heart hammering. "They'll kill me," she said. "If you leave me alone for 1 second, they'll tear me apart." Rachel turned back to her, slow, deliberate. "Then I won't leave you alone."
Why?
Anna whispered. "Because you're mine," Rachel said simply. "And I don't share." She stepped forward again, and this time she did touch Anna's face. A slow, possessive stroke. "Sleep in my chambers tonight. Is that an order?" "A warning," Rachel murmured. "You're not safe anywhere else." "And with you?" Anna asked, voice trembling. "Am I safe with you?" Rachel's eyes burned.
No.
"But you'll survive."
And you'll want to.
Anna didn't answer. She couldn't, because part of her deep hidden, shamed, wanted to say yes, wanted to go, to see what waited behind those forbidden doors, to understand why this queen of blood and terror looked at her like she was the only thing left that could make her feel alive. That night, Anna followed her into the dark. The door to the queen's chambers shut behind her with a finality that made Anna's breath catch. The room was vast, high-ceilinged, drenched in darkness and shadowed firelight. Thick velvet curtains hung over blackstone walls, and the bed, gods, the bed, was more a throne than a place to sleep. Carved obsidian, silk sheets the color of spilled wine, and pillows that looked like they could swallow a person whole. Anna stood at the threshold, suddenly unsure of how to move, how to breathe. Rachel crossed the room without a word, removing her cloak and draping it across the arm of a chair. She didn't look at Anna, not at first. And yet, Anna felt watched, devoured. She stepped forward, the fabric of her own borrowed gown whispering across the floor. "Do you always sleep alone?" she asked before she could stop herself. Rachel paused mid-movement, then turned slowly. "Does it matter?" "Maybe." "Would you feel safer if I did?" Anna swallowed. "I don't think safety is what I feel when I'm near you." Rachel's smile was soft this time, almost sad. "Good. I'm not here to make you feel safe." "Then what are you here for?" Rachel didn't answer. Instead, she approached. Every step she took stole the air from Anna's lungs. When she stopped, they were close enough that Anna could see the faint lines of age and grief in the corners of her eyes, eyes that had watched centuries burn. "Take off your shoes," Rachel said quietly. "You won't need them here." Anna hesitated, then obeyed. The gesture felt intimate. Too intimate. Barefoot in the queen's chambers, she felt exposed in a way no chain had ever made her feel. Rachel brushed past her and gestured toward a smaller bed across the chamber. Low, simple, in stark contrast to the one Rachel herself would occupy.
"You'll stay there," she said.
"Tonight. Love what you've seen so far and want to help me keep creating these awesome stories on this channel? Then subscribe and hit the bell. Your subscription supports the channel and makes sure you get more exciting stories." "Why not in your bed?" Anna whispered before she could stop herself. Rachel looked over her shoulder. "Because if you sleep there, you'll dream of things I can't protect you from." Anna frowned. "What does that mean?" But Rachel didn't answer. Instead, she dimmed the flames with a flick of her fingers. Magic? Or habit? Anna couldn't tell. She slipped under the covers of the smaller bed, heart racing, nerves sparking, and tried to calm her breathing. She told herself this was just another room, just another night. But it wasn't. Rachel moved like a ghost through the chamber, finally reclining on the great bed, her long form stretched out like some deadly sculpture. She said nothing more. And for a while, Anna lay in silence, watching the flickering shadows on the ceiling. But sleep was a thief.
And it came.
And with it, dreams. They didn't feel like hers. Not truly. She was in a garden. Night-blooming flowers surrounded her, their petals black as ink, dripping crimson sap. She moved through them barefoot, her gown trailing behind her, but she wasn't Anna anymore. Not fully. She felt like herself, but the hands she lifted were too pale, the voice that called out unfamiliar. "Cyril," she whispered, the name burning on her tongue like a forgotten vow. And then another woman. Hair like gold fire, eyes like galaxies dying, a crown of roses and thorns. "You found me," the woman said. Anna reached for her, but before their fingers could touch, everything shattered. She woke with a gasp. Her skin was slick with sweat. Her hands trembled. And across the room, Rachel sat upright in bed, her eyes glowing, her lips parted as if she'd been the one dreaming. Anna sat up. "What was that?" "You saw it too," Rachel said softly. "The garden. Her." "Who was she?" Anna asked. That wasn't a normal dream." Rachel stood slowly, walking barefoot across the cold stone. She stopped at the edge of Anna's bed and looked down. "That garden hasn't existed in over 400 years." Anna's breath caught. "What?" "You dreamed of someone from my past," Rachel said, voice low, uneven. "And I don't know how. No one remembers her."
"Not even I."
"Cyril," Anna whispered. Rachel flinched. "Don't say her name."
"Why?"
"Because names have power, and that one is cursed." Silence fell. Then Anna did something reckless. She reached out and took Rachel's hand. Cold. So cold. But it didn't repel her. It grounded her. Rachel stared at their joined hands like they were a puzzle. "You're not just human," she said. "This bond, it's deeper than magic. It's older." "Older than you?" Anna asked. Rachel met her gaze. "Nothing is older than me." And yet, she looked shaken. Vulnerable. Anna stood. They were too close again. Always too close. The silence buzzed with everything unsaid. "Tell me the truth," Anna said. "What did you feel when I swore to you?" Rachel stepped back. "Enough." "No," Anna said, stepping forward. "I need to know what this is. Between us. It's not just magic." "It's dangerous," Rachel snapped. "And if you keep digging, it will destroy you." "Then let it," Anna whispered. "Because I already died the night they cast me out. What's left of me now belongs to you. Wasn't that the deal?" Rachel's eyes burned. "You have no idea what you're offering." "Then show me," Anna dared. "Let me see you. Not the queen. You." For a heartbeat, she thought Rachel might actually do it. That she might close the distance, press their lips together, and unravel whatever thread had begun tying them across lifetimes. But instead, Rachel vanished. One blink gone. Like mist. Like memory. And Anna was left standing in the cold, heart aching with questions that had no answers. Not yet. But she would find them. Even if she had to tear down every wall in this cursed castle to do it. Rachel avoided her. For 2 days, Anna wandered the corridors of the obsidian castle with no sign of the queen, save for whispers left in her wake. Servants bowed stiffly and gave her wide berth. Shadows clung to the high ceilings, thick and watchful. The air itself felt charged, like a storm building just out of reach. And Rachel was nowhere. Anna told herself it didn't matter, that she didn't care. But her body knew better. She felt it in her spine, the constant pull, the ache beneath her skin, like a thread tugging her towards something she couldn't name. Her dreams were worse. She kept waking with words on her tongue that weren't hers. Names. Places. Cyril. The Crimson Veil. The Ashen Gate. None of it made sense. But the images stayed. Rachel, kneeling in blood. A silver blade in her hand. A promise broken. And always, the sound of her own voice whispering, "You swore to me." When Rachel finally summoned her, Anna didn't hesitate. She found the queen in the inner courtyard, an open space of black stone ringed by gargoyles, beneath a sky so gray it could have been morning. Rachel stood in the center, hair braided back, cloak tossed aside. She looked like a storm. "You're late," Rachel said without turning. "You didn't give me a time. You should have known." "I'm not a mind reader," Anna snapped.
No.
"You're something else," Rachel murmured. She turned finally, and for a moment, Anna forgot how to breathe. Leather gloves, tight black shirt, sword at her hip. She wasn't dressed like a queen today. She was dressed to fight. "What is this?" Anna asked. "Training," Rachel said simply. "If you're going to survive this place, you'll need to be more than a symbol." "You're going to train me?" Rachel stepped forward and tossed her a wooden practice blade. "Unless you prefer to die pretty." Anna caught it, scowling. "And you think I'm pretty?" "I think you're dangerous," Rachel said. "But you don't know how to use it yet." "Teach me then," Anna said, lifting the blade. "Make me dangerous enough to hurt the ones who threw me away." Rachel's smile was sharp. "That's what I'm afraid of." And then she struck.
Fast.
No warning. Anna barely blocked in time, the wooden swords cracking together with a sound that echoed off stone. She staggered back. "You could have warned me. The world won't," Rachel said, circling. "Neither will my court." They moved, struck, parried, again and again. Sweat gathered at Anna's temples. Her arms ached. Her balance slipped. But she didn't fall. Rachel's movements were fluid, controlled, deadly, yet she never truly hurt her. Only pushed, tested, challenged. And beneath every strike, every brush of skin, every glance held too long, there was something else.
Heat.
Electricity. A tension that had nothing to do with combat. "You're holding back," Rachel said after an hour. "So are you." "I'm not the one with something to prove." "No," Anna growled, lunging. "You're the one running away." Their blades locked, their faces inches apart. Anna's breath came in gasps. "You've been avoiding me." "Because this is a mistake," Rachel said, voice low and rough. "Whatever is between us, it's dangerous." "Then why can't you look away?" Rachel flinched, just slightly, and then she let go. Anna stumbled forward, off balance. "Again," Rachel said, stepping back. "We're not done." "Why are you doing this?" Anna demanded. "You protect me.
You punish me.
You touch me like I'm yours, then disappear like I'm a curse." "Because you are," Rachel snapped. "You make me forget what I am." "And what are you?" "Dead," Rachel whispered. "And content to stay that way. Until you." The words hung in the air like thunder. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then a sound shattered the moment, a chime, low and cold. Rachel froze.
"Stay here," she said.
"No, stay here." She vanished before Anna could argue. But Anna didn't stay. She followed. Down winding stairs. Through corridors she hadn't walked before. The sound of raised voices echoed from below. Rachel's and someone else's.
Male.
Harsh. Accusing. Anna edged closer, peering around the edge of a doorway into a dark chamber lit only by crimson flame. Inside, Rachel stood before a tall figure dressed in a cloak of night feathers. His face was pale, his eyes like obsidian knives. "She doesn't belong here," he said. "You've made her a weakness." "She swore to me," Rachel said coldly. "Her blood is bound." "Her blood," the man sneered, "is not what you think it is." Rachel didn't speak. The man stepped forward, throwing a scroll onto the table. "I found this in the archives. The Exiled one. The Lost Flame. She isn't just human. She's one of them." Rachel stiffened. "That's impossible." "Is it?" the man said. "You dreamed of Cyril. You shared that dream. Tell me that's not a sign." Anna's heart pounded. They were talking about her. "You think she's a reincarnation?" Rachel asked. "Or something worse," the man hissed. "Something that was never meant to return." Rachel turned away, and for the first time, Anna saw it: fear. Real, raw fear. "If she is," Rachel whispered, "then she'll need us. She'll need me." "She'll destroy you," the man said, "like the last one did." Rachel looked up, and there was pain in her voice when she said, "Then let her." Anna didn't wait to hear more. She ran, back through the halls, back to the courtyard. Her hands trembled. Her thoughts raced. She wasn't just a fallen princess. She was something else. Something old. Something tied to Rachel in ways neither of them understood. And the worst part? A part of her didn't want to run from it. A part of her wanted to fall deeper. Even if it killed her. The castle was listening. Anna felt it. In the way the torches flickered when she passed. In the way the halls grew quieter, heavier, as if holding their breath. Servants turned to her with eyes full of something unspoken. Reverence? Fear? Recognition? None of it made sense.
She didn't speak to them.
She couldn't. Not when her thoughts screamed. She isn't human. She's the lost flame. She'll destroy you, like the last one did. Anna repeated those words in her mind as she stormed through the halls, fists clenched, heart thudding like war drums. The corridor that led to Rachel's throne room seemed to stretch endlessly. The guards didn't stop her. They stepped aside, silent, as if compelled. As if something older than law had told them, "Let her pass." The doors opened before she could touch them, and Rachel was there, alone, seated at the base of the obsidian throne, elbows on her knees, crown tossed aside, eyes fixed on nothing. She didn't look like a queen. She looked like a woman on the edge of a memory she couldn't escape. "You knew," Anna said, voice sharp. Rachel didn't look at her. "I suspected. And you didn't tell me?" "Because I didn't want it to be true." Anna stepped closer, jaw tight. "Tell me about her." "About Cyril." Silence. Then, "She was everything." Rachel's voice was soft.
Raw.
A light I never thought I could touch. "She came to me when I was still half mad from the turning, when I still believed I had no soul left to save. But she didn't fear me.
She challenged me.
Loved me. Broke me." Anna swallowed. "And what happened to her?" Rachel's eyes finally met hers. "She died."
How?
"Saving me." The words cracked something in her voice. There was a rebellion, a curse. They wanted to shatter the bond we'd forged. She sacrificed herself to anchor it, and she burned. Anna's breath hitched. "Burned. To ash," Rachel said, eyes distant. "I tried to bring her back. I searched for centuries. But magic has rules. And death is cruel." Anna stepped even closer. "And now you think I'm her?" "No," Rachel said quickly. "You're not her.
You're you."
But she stood slowly. "There's something inside you that remembers her. Or that was her. Your blood calls to mine. Your soul echoes." "And what do you want from me now?" Anna whispered. "Do you want me to become her?" "No," Rachel said, fierce. "Never. I want you."
Anna.
The girl who looked me in the eye when she should have been afraid. The girl who swore herself to me not out of fear, but defiance. "Then why are you running?" "Because I don't know if I can survive losing you again," Rachel whispered. The admission hit like lightning. Anna's resolve cracked. She reached for Rachel's hand, pulled it to her chest. "Then stop pushing me away." Rachel didn't move. but her fingers curled slightly against Anna's skin. You don't understand what you're inviting. Then show me, Anna said. Let me decide. For a long, breathless moment, the world narrowed to the space between their lips. And then power flared. The bond surged. A rush of magic flooded the air, slamming through Anna's chest like a drumbeat. The ground beneath them shivered. The shadows twisted. And Rachel staggered back.
No, she said.
Not here. The castle is watching. What is this place? Anna asked, shaken. It's alive, Rachel said. Built on ancient blood. It reacts to power. To emotion. To me, Anna whispered. It's reacting to me. Rachel nodded slowly. It remembers you. But I don't remember it. You will. That night, Rachel took her to a hidden chamber beneath the east wing. A place few had ever seen. The door only opened at Anna's touch. Inside, mirrors.
Hundreds of them.
Floating. Fractured. Reflecting not the present, but the past. This is where I came to grieve her, Rachel said, eyes fixed on the glass. And now it opens for you. Anna stepped forward. In one mirror, she saw herself, but not. Her hair was longer. Her eyes older. She wore armor laced with crimson and gold. A woman of fire. A warrior. In another, Rachel knelt before her. Bleeding. Begging. Come back to me, the mirror Anna whispered. Come back. Anna turned away. I don't want to be her. I don't want her pain. Or yours. Rachel stepped behind her. Then be something new. With me. Can we? Anna asked. Or are we cursed to repeat the same tragedy? Rachel touched her shoulder. We're not them. But if we let fear write our story, it will end the same. Slowly, Anna turned. Her face inches from Rachel's. Then don't be afraid. Rachel's breath caught. I am always afraid. Of you. And then at last the distance closed. Rachel kissed her. Not gently. Not carefully. But like she'd waited lifetimes. Anna melted into it, hands tangling in dark hair, heart shattering and rebuilding in the same breath. The bond between them roared. Magic swirled around them. The mirrors trembled. And for a moment, the world outside didn't exist. Only lips.
Breath. Teeth. Blood.
But it wasn't hunger that drove the kiss. It was grief. Longing. Recognition. And something dangerously close to love. When they finally pulled apart, Rachel's forehead rested against Anna's. You don't belong to the past, she whispered. And you don't belong to them. Anna smiled, small and fierce. Then who do I belong to? Rachel's answer was soft. Devastating. Me. Rachel didn't speak to her the next morning. The silence that fell between them wasn't cold. It was worse. It was cautious. Like a breath held too long. Like glass stretched too thin. Anna lay in the massive bed alone, the ghost of last night's kiss burning against her mouth. Her fingers still tingled where they'd touched skin not meant to be soft. Her thoughts twisted with what they had said, what they hadn't. Rachel hadn't stayed after the kiss. She'd whispered, you belong to me, like a confession, like a surrender, and then she'd vanished. Again. Anna stared at the ceiling of the Queen's chambers and hated how empty it felt without her. But more than that, she hated the ache in her chest that came from not knowing if Rachel would return. If she would run again. She dressed without summoning servants. Black trousers. A fitted shirt. No gown today. She wanted to feel sharp. Grounded. She wanted to remember who she was before this castle, before magic, before the way Rachel looked at her like a wound she could never stop touching. She left the chambers and wandered. Something about the halls felt wrong. Not louder, quieter. Too quiet. Like something hiding just out of sight. She passed 3 guards. They didn't meet her eyes. One of them muttered a word she didn't recognize, but her skin prickled at the sound. Her boots echoed louder than usual. Every torch she passed flickered strangely. And every instinct in her screamed. Danger. She turned a corner and stopped. 2 nobles stood there, dressed in blood-colored robes, symbols carved into their pale forearms. Their eyes were black. Not the black of irises, just black. Endless. Princess. one of them hissed. Or should we call you Pretender? What do you want? Anna asked, voice steady. To correct a mistake, the other replied. She thinks you're her flame reborn. We think you're just a spark waiting to be snuffed out. They lunged.
Fast.
Too fast. She dodged the first barely. The second grazed her arm, nails slicing like knives. She stumbled back, heart pounding. No weapon. No Rachel. Just fear. No, she thought. Not like this. One of them laughed. She doesn't even fight. She doesn't need to. Came a voice behind them. Cool, cold, cutting. Rachel. The two froze. Anna exhaled in relief. But Rachel didn't come closer. She stood at the edge of the corridor, watching, assessing, waiting. Well, Rachel said, eyes on Anna. Show me. Anna blinked. What? Defend yourself. But the attackers didn't wait. One shoved Anna against the wall, choking her, the other raising a dagger made of bone. And something snapped. Not in her throat. In her blood. In her soul. Heat exploded from her chest. A scream tore from her lips. But it wasn't pain. It was power. The stone beneath her feet cracked. Flames shot from her hands, not natural fire, but silver and crimson, coiling like serpents, alive. The attacker howled, burned, disintegrated. The other turned to run, but Anna reached out, and the fire obeyed. Not like a weapon, but like an extension of her will. It slammed into him, searing the spell from his skin, shattering the symbols on his arms. He dropped, unconscious, twitching. Silence. Then footsteps. Rachel approached slowly, her eyes glowing not with magic, but awe. You were holding back, she said. I didn't know I could do that, Anna gasped, falling to her knees. Rachel caught her before she hit the ground. You did it on instinct. You're awakening. Anna looked up, shaking. What's happening to me? Your blood remembers, Rachel whispered. The power of the lost flame was never meant to die. Just sleep. Anna leaned against her, heart racing. I almost killed them. You did kill one of them. Rachel didn't sound angry. Or afraid. She sounded reverent. Good. Anna pulled back. You set me up. Rachel nodded once. I needed to know if you were ready. You let them attack me, and you lived. I could have died. But you didn't. Because deep down, you've always known what you are. Anna slapped her. The sound cracked like thunder. Rachel didn't flinch. She only looked at Anna with something like guilt, like longing. You hate me, she said softly. I don't, Anna snapped. That's the problem. Rachel reached out, touching the side of her face where the fire hadn't burned. Then say it. Say what? That you're mine. Anna didn't speak. Her breathing was too fast. Her body still pulsed with the magic she'd unleashed. With the kiss they hadn't talked about. With the betrayal she wasn't sure she could forgive. But God's help her, she wanted her. Still. Not like this, Anna whispered. Not out of pain. Then when? Rachel asked. When I trust you, Anna said. Fully. Rachel stepped back, nodding once. Then I'll earn it. She turned. But Anna called after her. Rachel. The Queen paused. Thank you for coming back. Rachel didn't look over her shoulder, but her voice was low, gentle. I never left. The castle no longer whispered when Anna passed. It bowed. Doors that once remained locked now opened at her touch. Flames brightened in her presence. The very stone under her feet seemed to hum with recognition. She was changing, or perhaps awakening. But whether it was destiny or damnation, she couldn't say. Rachel had barely spoken to her since the attack. Not out of coldness. No, something far more dangerous. Restraint. Every time their eyes met across a hall or during council meetings, something in Rachel flickered. Like a hunger-starved, like control fraying. Anna felt it too. In the way her hands remembered the weight of the Queen's touch. In the way her dreams blurred past and present, pain and desire, until she no longer knew if she wanted to run from Rachel or into her arms. It was during one of her solitary wanderings that Anna found the sealed wing. A long corridor wrapped in dust and silence, untouched by time. The doors at the end bore symbols she didn't recognize, but her blood did. The moment her palm met the wood, the lock melted away. The room beyond was round,
Tall.
lined with ancient runes and glass cases containing relics that pulsed faintly with dormant power. But at the center stood the mirror. Massive, framed in obsidian twisted like thorn vines. The surface was not silver, but black.
Deep.
Reflective. And yet not. Anna stepped forward. The air shifted. Her reflection didn't mimic her movements. It stood still, watching. Then it spoke. Its lips moved with no sound, but the words echoed inside her skull.
Choose.
Choose what? She whispered. The reflection changed. Became fire. Became blood. Became Rachel. Kneeling. Bleeding. Burning. And her voice rang clear this time. If you let this power consume you, she will die. Anna staggered back, heart pounding.
No, she said aloud.
No, I'd never. Love is not a shield. It is a weapon. And you are made to wield it. She turned from the mirror, breath ragged, throat tight. Whatever this thing was, it had shown her something terrifyingly real.
She ran.
Back through the halls. Past guards who bowed, without looking. Past rooms that called her name in voices older than memory. She didn't stop until she reached Rachel's chamber. She didn't knock. She burst through the doors and froze. Rachel sat at the edge of her bed, shirt open, fingers trembling as she stared at a deep gash across her ribs. Blood dark and slow. Her skin was pale, too pale, and for the first time she looked mortal. What happened? Anna breathed. Rachel looked up, startled. You shouldn't be here. You're hurt. It's nothing. Anna crossed the room and knelt before her, hands already reaching for the bloodied cloth. Don't lie to me. Rachel caught her wrists. You should be afraid of me, Anna. I'm afraid of losing you, she said before she could stop herself. Rachel blinked. Something in her broke. She released Anna's wrists. It was the council. A warning. They say I've grown weak. Because of me. Because I care. The words dropped between them like blades. They threatened you? Anna asked. Not directly. They wouldn't dare. But they want you gone. Or controlled. Anna cleaned the wound slowly, carefully, her fingers brushing skin far too cold. But Rachel didn't move. Didn't protest. You didn't come to my aid during the attack because you wanted me to prove myself, Anna said. But if they had killed me, they wouldn't have, Rachel said. I was watching, ready. But I needed you to wake up. I saw something today, Anna said softly. A mirror. It warned me that if I fall too deep into this power, you'll die. Rachel was silent for a long time. Then, I believe it. Anna looked up. Why? Because I've loved before. And every time it ended in fire. Do you love me now? She asked. Rachel didn't answer. But her hands rose, cupping Anna's face. Her eyes searched hers like a woman drowning. I want to, she whispered. More than I want to survive. Anna leaned in. Their foreheads touched. Then stop pretending you're stone. You bleed. I see it. Let me in. Rachel's hands fell. If I do, I may never let you go. Good, Anna said. Because I'm already yours. Rachel kissed her. This time slower. Gentler. No hunger. Just ache. Just trembling lips and whispered need. Anna straddled her lap, arms wrapping around her shoulders, breath catching as Rachel's mouth found the hollow of her throat. But even in the fever of it, there was hesitation.
Pain.
Rachel pulled back. Not tonight. Anna's eyes opened, hazy with heat. Why? Because I want our first time to be a choice, not a reaction to fear. Anna nodded, though her body screamed. Then promise me something. Anything. Don't shut me out again. If we're going to fight them, fight this, we do it together. Rachel kissed her again, softer this time. Together. That night, Anna lay in Rachel's bed, her head on the queen's shoulder, listening to the sound of a heart that shouldn't beat, but did. For her. And though sleep tried to take her, One image refused to fade, the mirror's warning. If you let this power consume you, she will die. But she had already made her choice. Rachel was hers. And Anna would burn the world before she let anyone take her away again. The mornings in Eldereth grew colder. Not with weather. There were no seasons this deep in the cursed lands, but with tension. Anna felt at the moment she stepped into the throne room beside Rachel. The glances. The weight of unspoken rebellion simmering just behind two polite words. The courtiers bowed, but their respect was hollow now, cracking like old glass. Rachel stood tall, unshaken in appearance, dressed in shadows and silver. But Anna knew better. She saw it in the stiffness of her jaw, the slight delay in her answers, the way her fingers tightened on the arm of the throne when no one was looking. She was bleeding. Not visibly. Not yet. But power was slipping. And they could all feel it. That night, after the council disbanded and Rachel disappeared into another round of secret meetings, Anna wandered the castle again. Only this time, not aimlessly. She was searching for the voice, the presence that had started to follow her ever since the mirror. At first it had been whispers in her dreams, then flickers of a face in reflections. A woman not Rachel, not Cyril, but familiar, ancient. Now the presence pulled her through an unused corridor near the northern towers. She passed crumbled archways and doors sealed with blood magic. But one of them opened. No resistance. Just welcome. Inside, a figure waited. Lean, tall, skin like dark marble, eyes like dusk. She sat in a chair carved from bone, sipping from a cup of something thick and red. "You took your time," the woman said. Anna didn't flinch. "You were waiting for me. I was waiting for her. But you'll do." "Who are you?" "My name," she said, standing, "is Elowen. I served Cyril. I loved her. And I watched her burn." Anna's breath caught. "You knew her? Better than Rachel ever did." She walked slowly toward Anna, studying her with a kind of cold curiosity. But it wasn't Cyril who killed the world that day. It was the flame inside her, the one you now carry. "Why are you here?" Anna asked. "To train you, to prepare you, because Rachel won't. She's too afraid of what you'll become. And she's right to be." "You want me to become her?" "No," Elowen said. "I want you to survive. Because when they come for her, and they will, you'll be the only thing standing between Rachel and annihilation. And if the power consumes me, then hope she dies before she sees it." Anna hesitated. "Why help me?" Elowen smiled, sad and sharp. "Because I failed Cyril. And I won't fail again." From that night forward, Anna trained in secret. Magic that wasn't like fire, but was fire with a will of its own. She learned to bind, to burn, to bend air around her like armor. She fought illusions of blood and bone. She learned what it meant to pull magic from pain. And gods, there was so much pain to draw from. She thought of her brother's betrayal, her mother's silence, the broken crown, the look in Rachel's eyes every time she said goodbye like it might be the last. But she also thought of Rachel's hands on her skin, her voice whispering "you're mine," the way her lips trembled before every kiss. And that made the magic brighter, wilder. Elowen watched her silently, correcting her only when her emotions turned to weakness instead of strength. "You want to protect her?" she said one night. "Then stop being afraid of your own fire." Meanwhile, Rachel slipped further from the court's grip. Her decisions were challenged. Her authority questioned. Noble houses whispered of new leadership. And through it all, she smiled with blood-stained grace. But she was cracking. Anna saw it when they were alone, those rare moments in the hours before dawn when Rachel would find her in the quiet places of the castle. They never spoke about the court, or politics, or the danger creeping closer. They just were. Together. Quiet touches. Lingering kisses. Rachel's head resting in Anna's lap while she traced old scars across immortal skin. "Do you regret saving me?" Anna asked one night. Rachel shook her head. "I regret not finding you sooner." "Do you still see her when you look at me?" "No," Rachel said. "I see you. You're louder. Anna laughed softly. I'll take that as a compliment. It is. Rachel kissed her palm. You make me feel alive. That terrifies me. You should be more terrified of losing your throne. I already am, Rachel admitted. But the thought of losing you is worse. Anna wanted to promise she wouldn't go, that they'd face whatever came next side by side. But that would be a lie, because the mirror still haunted her, because Eowyn's voice echoed every time she closed her eyes. If you want to save her, you have to be willing to burn everything else. That night, the castle shook. A blast, deep, muffled. Distant screams. Rachel vanished before Anna could grab her hand. Guards rushed. Spells collided. Anna reached the main corridor just in time to see one of the nobles, Lord Malys, wielding a blade etched with runes of anti-magic. Traitor, Rachel hissed.
Visionary, he said.
You've grown soft. You've let a human infect you. But don't worry, we'll purify the bloodline. Anna didn't hesitate. Fire bloomed in her palm. Silver and red. Screaming. Rachel raised a hand to stop her. Anna, he dies, she said.
Now.
No, Rachel said quietly. You do not kill for me. Then I kill for me. Malys struck. So did Anna. And the hall turned to fire. Blood steamed against the obsidian floor. The stench of burned flesh clung to the air. The walls, once cold and silent, now pulsed with a heat that did not belong to this world. Anna stood in the wreckage of the corridor, breathing hard, chest rising and falling with each wave of power that still trembled beneath her skin. Her hands, coated in ash and blood, still glowed faintly with embers not yet extinguished. Lord Malys's body lay at her feet, half of it. The other had disintegrated under her fire, bones turned to powder, soul severed clean from flesh. Her first kill. And yet, all she felt was silence. No guilt. No triumph. Just a deep, endless stillness inside her chest. She had expected rage to settle. Or remorse. But there was only fire. Behind her, Rachel's voice broke through the smoke. Anna. She turned slowly. The queen stared at her, eyes wide. Not with fear, not entirely, but with something like awe. You killed him, Rachel said softly. You burned him. He would have killed you, Anna replied, her voice low, dangerous. And I won't lose you.
Not now.
Not ever. The moment stretched. Rachel stepped forward, placing a hand gently on Anna's cheek. You've changed. I was always this, Anna whispered. I just stopped pretending. Before Rachel could speak again, the doors at the far end of the hall burst open.
Guards.
Courtiers. Elders of the court in their red and gold. Gasps rippled as they took in the scene. A murdered noble. The scent of raw magic. And Anna, radiant and terrifying, standing in the ruin she had made. She killed one of the 12, one elder hissed. This is treason. He attacked first, Rachel said sharply, stepping in front of Anna. He raised a blade against the crown against me. And the girl answered with forbidden fire. Another snapped. Magic not seen since the first flame. This is not defense. This is prophecy. And prophecy demands control. You will not touch her, Rachel warned. If you strike her, you strike me. The room pulsed with tension. Anna could feel the heat rising again in her chest, summoned by fear, by fury, by the thought of them tearing Rachel away from her. Eowyn's voice echoed in her skull. If you want to save her, you have to be willing to burn everything else. Enough, said a voice colder than death. Eowyn stepped from the shadows, her presence silencing the room. Even the flames dimmed. The girl is not the problem. She is the solution. One elder turned to her. You have no voice here, traitor. And yet I speak, Eowyn replied. She moved to Anna's side, placing a hand on her shoulder. Let me tell you all what you've been too cowardly to name. She is not just the heir to fire. She is the fire, the reincarnation of the lost flame. Cyril reborn, but more. What do you mean more? Rachel asked. Eowyn looked at her, solemn. Because this time, she won't choose love. The words hit Anna like a slap. She pulled away. That's not true. Isn't it? Elowen said, gaze sharp. You think you can have both, power and devotion. But the fire demands sacrifice. You cannot burn and expect to hold something close. You will consume her. No, Anna whispered. I'll protect her. You already failed, Elowen said, gesturing to the room. Look around. You just declared war. Rachel stepped between them. That's enough. You want to shield her, Rachel, Elowen said, voice softer now. But if you don't let her become what she's meant to be, she'll die. And so will you. That night, the castle held its breath. Anna didn't return to Rachel's chambers. She climbed to the highest tower, where the air was thin and the stars too far away to matter. She sat alone, her hands still trembling, her thoughts spinning. Below, the court boiled. She could feel it. War councils, accusations, debates over punishment, exile, execution. They wanted her gone, because they feared her. And they were right to. Her magic was no longer just heat and light. It was memory, hunger, a voice buried in her bones that whispered more. She didn't sleep. She couldn't. When the sun rose, though it barely pierced Eldoreth's skies, Rachel found her there, silent against the edge of the world. You didn't come back, Rachel said. I was afraid I wouldn't be welcome. You're always welcome. Even now. Anna turned. Even after I killed for you? Because of you, Rachel corrected gently. And yes,
Even now.
especially now. She crossed the space between them. You've taken your first step into something no one else understands. Not even me. And I would rather walk through that fire with you than be safe in a world where you burn alone. They'll come for me again, Anna said. They'll try to kill me. Or worse, use me. Let them try, Rachel said, voice fierce. But if you want to run, I'll follow. If you want to stay, I'll stand beside you. If you fall, I'll fall with you. Anna felt something break inside her. The last wall, the last fear. She leaned forward, pressing her forehead to Rachel's. I don't want to fall, she whispered. I want to rise. But not alone. Rachel's hands found hers. Then let's rise together. But deep in the belly of the castle, another council was already gathering. And this time, they weren't just whispering. They were building a cage made of blood and betrayal. A weapon designed to do what Melis could not. A blade that burned not with steel, but with ancient, holy light. Enough to kill a goddess. Enough to kill Anna. The cage was made of light. Not warmth. Not purity. But judgment. Cold, holy, unyielding. It pulsed with ancient symbols, carved into the very bones of the earth, lit from within by magic older than Rachel, older than memory. It didn't hurt when Anna stepped into it. That was the cruelty. It felt like nothing. No pain. No weight. Just stillness. As if the world had decided she no longer belonged to it. As if she'd been erased. The council stood in a circle around her, dressed in ceremonial red, lips chanting words they did not understand. The spell was a relic from before the vampire queens, before the old wars, before fire learned to speak. It had only one purpose, to sever gods from their mortal vessels. And they were using it on her. She is not a queen, one elder shouted. She is not a lover, or an exile, or a child of fate. She is fire incarnate, and she will burn this realm to the ground. You fear what you cannot control, said another. So you cage it, like cowards. Anna stood silent, her eyes closed, her body trembling. Not from fear. Not anymore. But from the fire pressing against her skin, demanding to be let loose. Her fingers twitched. Her chest rose and fell with every beat of a heart that didn't know if it was hers anymore. Rachel, she thought. Don't come for me. But of course she would. And Anna wasn't sure if that would save her, or doom them both. The doors exploded inward. Not opened. Destroyed. Smoke poured in like a scream. And through it Rachel, drenched in blood. Crown missing. Sword drawn. Eyes glowing like the end of time. Let her go, she said, voice low, ragged.
Now.
The elders did not obey. They raised their hands, chanting louder. The spell flared, bright, blinding. Anna fell to her knees inside the cage, gasping. Pain flooded in now. Late, sharp, cruel. It clawed at her mind, her soul, trying to rip her apart. Rachel ran forward, only to slam against the edge of the light. It threw her back like a broken promise. "No," she screamed. "Don't you touch her." Anna opened her eyes, saw Rachel on the ground, blood dripping from her mouth, hands reaching for her, and something inside her snapped. The fire rose, not in a surge, but in silence, in certainty. The symbols around the cage began to flicker, then melt. The air thickened, the torches blew out, and the light turned black. A scream echoed, not Anna's. The elders staggered. One fell to his knees, clutching his chest. Another began to burn, without flame, his skin cracking, soul unraveling. Rachel crawled forward, fingers bloody, as Anna stood inside the dissolving cage. Her body rose slowly into the air, eyes white-hot, hair lifting as if weightless. She looked at the council and saw everything. Their fear, their lies, their hate, their power. She could end them all. Here.
Now.
No mercy. No regret. More, the fire whispered. Let go. Burn it all. But then, Rachel's voice.
Weak. Raw. Real.
Anna. The fire paused. Please, Rachel whispered, tears streaking down her face. Don't leave me. And in that moment, the fire listened. Because it knew her. Because love was not its enemy. It was its origin. Anna exhaled. The light shattered. The cage exploded in a wave of force that knocked the elders flat. Rachel shielded her eyes, but when she looked again, Anna stood in the center of the ruin.
Whole.
Glowing.
Alive.
Anna, Rachel breathed. I'm here, Anna said, voice steady. She stepped forward. Rachel rose shakily. Their eyes met and held. You stopped, Rachel whispered. I saw it in you. The end of everything. And you stopped. Because you called me back. Rachel reached for her. I thought I lost you. Anna took her hand. You never did. Around them, the court was silent. Watching. Waiting. They'll try again, Rachel said. They'll fear you more than ever. Then let them fear me, Anna said. But they'll never touch you again. Elowen stepped out from the shadows, bloodied but standing. She looked at Anna, and for once, there was no warning in her gaze. Only pride. You chose, she said. You chose love. Anna nodded. It's the only thing that makes this power worth anything. Rachel pulled her close, foreheads touching. You're not Cyril. No, Anna whispered. I'm yours. Rachel kissed her. And this time, it wasn't rushed or fragile. It was surrender. It was worship. It was the crown of every kingdom that ever burned. The fire inside Anna didn't vanish, but it changed.
It softened.
Not weaker, just held. And when she looked into Rachel's eyes, she saw not fear, but home.
The court was never the same after that day.
Some fled. Others knelt. Rachel remained queen, but not alone.
And Anna?
She walked beside her. As consort, as protector, as lover, as fire. They ruled in twilight and shadow, in blood and devotion. And each night, when the stars burned just a little brighter above Eldorath, the world whispered a single truth. She belongs to her. And always will. Thank you so much for being here and for believing in this channel. If you feel in your heart, you can donate with super thanks so I can focus more and more on this project. Your support helps me keep creating these love stories and bringing them to life for you. See you in the next video.